Hello students, let's read this problem together. Peter will paint a cone with a semicircle on top, as shown in the figure below. Approximately, what is the total area Peter needs to paint? Round the answer to the nearest tenth. So first let's identify the shapes in our composite figure. We have a triangle and we have a semicircle. So next we will need to find the area of each shape. So I need to find the area of a triangle, and I need to find the area of a semicircle. So for the area of a triangle, we're going to look in our formula chart, and we use the formula A equals half of the base times the height. The area is half of the base times height. To find the area of a semicircle, we can look in our formula chart, but what we're going to find in our formula chart is the area of a circle. But a semicircle is half a circle. So we can use the area is half the area of the circle. And the area of a circle is pi r squared. So here what we need is the radius, and we don't have it. So let's take a look at how we're going to find the pieces that we are missing. So I can see that they've given me some heights, but I don't have the base of the triangle, which would also be the diameter of this semicircle. So that's where we're going to have to begin. So let's imagine this circle. If it was a full circle, then this line right here would represent the diameter. But we don't know what that is. However, what we do know is that from the bottom of the cone to that point, it's 16. And then from that point right here on the base of the triangle, or that line which represents the diameter, to the edge of the circle, there is an amount that, when added to 16, is now 22. Do we see that? So the entire height is 22, and we're going to subtract the height of the triangle. So that's going to be 22 minus 16, and that'll give us 6. So that means the radius, or from the center, right here, right at the base of the triangle, which would be the center of the circle, to the edge of the circle, it's 6. That represents our radius. We know that the radius is half of the diameter. So if we want the diameter, we need to multiply the radius times 2, because the diameter is twice the size of the radius. So let's see here. Our radius is 6. So our diameter is 2 times 6, which is 12. So the diameter is 12. Then you say, but why do we want the diameter if we need the radius for the semicircle formula? But what would be the same length as the diameter of this circle? That's right. The base of the triangle is the diameter of that circle. So this diameter is actually the base of our triangle. Okay, so now we have some information and we can find the area of our shapes. So let's start with our triangle. Area equals half of the base. We just figured out the base is 12. And that means that the height is the number they had already given us. From the bottom to the top of the triangle, it's 16. So half of 12 times 16, so we're going to multiply 12 times 16, is 192. And now we need to take half of that. So we're going to divide 192 by 2. So 96, and our units are feet to the power 2, or square feet. So we have the area of our triangle cone, 96 square feet. So now let's find the area of our semicircle. We have area is half of pi, which we will use 3.14, times the radius. We found out the radius is 6, and that needs to be squared. So now we have area equals half times 3.14. 6 squared means 6 times 6. That will become 36. So half of 3.14 times 36. Let's multiply that out. Go ahead and take a moment to multiply it out. So 6 times 4 is 24. 6 plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. We're going to put a placeholder because we're done with the 6. 4 times 3 is 12, and we're going to carry 1. 3 times 1 is 3, and 1 is 4, and 3 times 3 is 9. We're going to add our rows. We get 13, carry 1, 11. And we have 2 numbers behind the decimal in the first factor, and none in the second. So 2 decimal places, and that's going to be 113.04. Now let's remember that this said round to the nearest tenth. To the nearest tenth means just one number behind the decimal. And we're trying to get half of 113.04. So I think what I will do is turn this already into tenths place. So that would just be 113.0 to the tenths place. So if I divide 113 by 2 to get half, I should be approximately in the right place, right? So we just need an approximation. So I'm rounding 113.04 to 113, and I'm going to divide that by 2. Is 56.5, and our units are squared feet. So we have the area of our semicircle, half the area of a circle. Okay, and now we need to find the total area. So the total area is going to be the 2 shapes put together. So I have my triangle area, and I have my semicircle area, and I'm going to put them together for my total. So we have 96 for the area of the triangle, and we have 56.5 for the semicircle. So I'm going to go ahead and put 0.0 and add those right up. Decimals stays aligned. 15. So 152.5, and our units were square feet. So feet to the power of 2. That is our total area. Okay, so now let's look at our responses. We're trying to find the approximate, because it says approximately what is the total area Peter needs to paint. So the approximate, and we're looking for the closest to 152.5, and it's there as D. 152.5 square feet is just like my answer. So I'm going to select D. The approximate area that Peter needs to paint is 152.5 square feet.